Yeah, I got some on this one.
Welcome to Life with Gaz. If you're new to the channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, because I have a new sea fishing video every Wednesday, and then the second Saturday of every month I'll put a freshwater video on as well.
Well, hey guys, welcome to Life with Gaz, and I've finally fixed my ankle and made it back out to the beach. So I've come up to Fleetwood and I'm fishing a little area sort of just by the golf course here, and it's got a bit of mixed ground. It goes off quite deep and it's a big tide, so fingers crossed we're going to see some fish tonight. But what I'm going to do is just flip this camera around, show you the rigs I'm using, and then show you the rods I'm using as well. So just down here on the sand I got the two rigs. Here we've got the 2-hook flapper rig. Now both of these have got really long flowing traces on them, so obviously they're going to travel along the bottom. And then over on the other side I've got the clip down pennel rig with the 4-0 hooks on. 1-0's on this side, 4-0's on that side. Now I did say I was going to show you the rods. That's because I've got a couple of new rods which I'm just trying out with a second hand. But I've got the Pen Rampages. They're 15 foot 9 inches and they go right the way up there. So I just want to see what these guys are like, and hopefully they're going to give me more options when I come out to obviously fish. So what I'm going to do is just wait for the tide to catch up with me up here on the beach, and once the tide catches up with me, then I'm going to throw them out and see what happens.
So with the first two casts of the night, the whiting onslaught started. Now tonight the bait I was using was a fresh dug lugworm. I also had a bit of razor shell, that didn't really do too much, and I even tried a whiting a bit later on, as you'll see as well. Now when it comes to this time of year, whiting are incredibly numerous, and normally it is just a case of fishing through them. But to be fair, I am just happy to be out catching and be out fishing again.
Well guys, it started off, managed to get fish on each one of these rods, but it's a night so far dominated by whiting. Now sometimes what you find is that the whiting will just dry up and then other fish will come in. Other times they'll just stick in there, but we are getting to that time of year where whiting will be the most prolific species here. So I've been catching whiting easy enough, and this little guy, unfortunately the hook was so far down I couldn't get it out without killing the fish. So what I've done is I've just slit him a couple of times on that side, bit of crab cotton, and he's on the pennel rig, because what I'm going to do is throw this out as far as I can, and hopefully further out there's something that likes eating whiting, and hopefully I'll be able to bring it to the beach.
Although this little cod was deep hooked, he wasn't so deep I couldn't get the hook out with my hands. So luckily I managed to release the hook eventually and get this fish back on his way to go out and get a bit bigger. So maybe I can catch him next year when he's around about sort of 2.5, 3 pound.
Well, there you have it guys, I'm quite pleased with that. He was only small, but that's my first cod of this season on my very first outing. Now hopefully there's going to be a few more, throwing it back out into the same place. That's just short, sticking it just on that little shingle slope which we got just there on the 2-hook flapper rig. So let's see if there's another one or two of them knocking about. There you go guys, that's the second cod of the night. This one's very skinny. There's a good reason for that, because he's only got half a mouth on the other side. So that looks like a prime example of someone ripping a hook out of a very small fish. But he's survived so far, so we're going to give him a chance and we'll let him head back just over the top of this wave.
In the ebb, the whiting had come back in, so what I did was I obviously changed back over to fish just for those guys. Now the whiting which I put out as a bait, nothing could touch that, so on the pennel I just put a nice big worm bait in the hope that there may be some cod further out, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But the whiting on the ebb were a lot bigger than the ones on the flood. But as well as the whiting, I also ended up with a token flatty, a little dab. Now all in all tonight it had been a fairly sort of hectic night's fishing. There was only a couple of casts which I made which didn't result in a fish coming back up onto the beach with me. But over the course of the night I managed to pick up 15 fish, 12 of which were whiting, one of which was a dab, and then I ended up with those two little cod as well. Now those two little cod, the biggest of which was 34 centimetres, which is still baffles me how that one is close to being in size. I think that size limit should have ended up going up by now.
Well guys, unfortunately that brings us towards the end of another session. It's been a good night out here, plenty of whiting, but I'm off the mark on my cod season with my first 2 this season already. And a little dab to follow. But if you've liked this episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button down here. Check out my latest fishing video over there and my sea fishing playlist up top.